If you have bills and debt piling up, a personal loan through NetCredit can provide funding up to $10,000 to help you get back on track if eligible. Visit netcredit.com today. All NetCredit loans and lines of credit are offered by a member of the NetCredit family of companies or one of our lending partners. Visit netcredit.com/partners for more information.
Live from multiple locations via the miracle of Skype, it's the LTN Hour. Let's talk NASCAR with your host, Todd Bailing. Co-host, Ed Kaluka. Featuring dangerous Dan Margetta. And Brian Schmidt. LTN is a caller-driven program, and your participation is encouraged by calling 414-421-7901. That's 414-421-7901. Now, the creator and host of the fastest hour in radio, Todd Bailing.
And thank you for joining us this Easter Sunday as the NASCAR community is playing with the dirt this week at Bristol. Todd Bailing in Wisconsin, joined by my three Wisconsin partners, starting with Ed Kaluka of West Bend. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, Todd. Why do we not need windshields?
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that during the program, that's for sure. Dan Margetta of St. Francis, Wisconsin. Hey, man.
Good morning. Welcome back.
Yeah, nice to be here. You know, when I was here for Christmas, the last time I was here, it was warmer than it is today. What the hell is going on? Or as we like to say, global warming my ass. And yeah. Brian Schmidt of Ootsburg, Wisconsin.
Morning. Yes, this year it's going to be warmer on Christmas than it is on Easter. And this is not an early Easter. This is a late Easter. You know, sometimes Easters are in March. This year Easter's in mid-April. So, yeah, I don't believe in global warming either.
You know, well, that's another whole subject completely. But I'll say that it's very odd, let's put it that way, to come back to this. And you had a nice mild winter around here too, didn't you? It's just been sent back a couple of weeks, that's all. So we get to enjoy this.
Expected 2 inches of snow tomorrow.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding?
Oh.
If you sleep late enough, though, it'll be gone by the time you wake up. So.
Oh, well, when you're retired, that's not a problem. Well, we're supposed to be at practice at Slinger Speedway yesterday. They put it off till this coming Saturday. So the short track season is already underway in the state of Wisconsin, which we'll talk about later. But between last week and next week, if you want to go see racing, you'll certainly have your chance to do that. Today, we're going to race on the dirt at Bristol. We put it down, we take it off, we put it back, we take it off. It seems a little strange to me, but that's what they're doing. They changed the angle this year. It's progressive banking on a dirt track. Based on what we saw from the truck race yesterday, where they were 3 and 4 wide, oh my God, it was outstanding dirt racing. At least I thought so. And I'm not a dirt expert. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they knocked it out of the park as far as putting this surface down, and we kind of saw it a couple weeks ago when they ran the Bristol Dirt Nationals there. Hard to always tell because those cars race so differently than what these NASCAR Cup cars and trucks do. But boy, they have it right. I mean, it is smooth as glass. It was a little sticky for that first heat race in the truck division, but after that, it was good. I mean, they didn't have big time problems with dust on the windshields. You saw some guys doing that a little bit, but you're going to have it, but it wasn't a real bad situation there. And the track surface throughout the entire 150 lap race stayed very consistent. So you didn't have, it didn't take rubber, and it wasn't so heavy that you had the mud issues. So I think they knocked it out of the park this time around.
And we will get underway. It's a night race this week. It will be televised on Fox starting at 6 p.m. The coverage starts right here on the Big 920 at 5 o'clock this afternoon. So be sure to tune in for that. I'm not real up on all my dirt stuff. I'm learning. I'm a student. I have lots of questions for my dirt compadres here who seem to know and go to many more dirt track races than I do. We had passing points / finishing position, which determined Cole Custer's starting from the pole today. to me, passing points are a really good thing because it shows that it's not going to be single file and it's not going to be a 1 leader for the whole thing. I thought there was going to be 1 leader in the truck race yesterday when Logano started on the pole. And did he even lead a lap yesterday? I don't think he did.
No, I don't think so.
It was just such a great race. By the way, Ben Rhodes won the thing. I was blown away by how absolutely incredible Ty Majeski was. Here is a guy that is from a town that has a dirt track in it, Seymour, Wisconsin, and he's never raced there other than, what was it, a go-kart, did you say, Brian? When he was a little kid?
Yeah, but that wasn't even at Seymour. That was at a go-kart track. But no, he's never run it at Seymour.
So here he is, a guy who has been such a successful short track racer, goes in and has one of the best trucks and runs at the front for most of the race until, of course, he comes in contact with a young man who everybody is telling us is the next big deal on dirt, Buddy Kofoid, who's a midget driver, and he's 20 years old, and he's the man, and he goes from the back to the front, and he's running fourth, and he spins out on his own. And, of course, by then Ty spun to avoid. Derek Kraus couldn't avoid. Derek Kraus gets into Ty, and a couple of Wisconsin guys are taken out by Mr. Dirt Track, Buddy Kofoid. Thanks a lot! But he looked pretty good up until then, didn't he?
Yeah, and he's a pretty decent dirt racer. He runs the USAC stuff, runs some wing sprint cars. He did some asphalt stuff around here last year, I think it was. He was with Dan Fredrickson out of Minnesota, ran his car a couple times. So, I mean, Kofoid's not a bad driver. It just the light's shining on him now because his one mistake took out 2 of our guys. But
yeah,
you know how that's.
Yeah. I'm going to guess he's never run a 150 lap feature before, and especially in a truck where it's so. The center of gravity is up real high with these things, Ed, right? I mean, they want to roll over when they go in a turn, don't they?
No, it's about an inch higher, about 18 inches
That's all?
compared to 17 inches. But the difference there is that they spent the whole practice and qualifying weekend on Ty's car making it drive like a dirt asphalt car on dirt, whereas his teammates made it look more like a dirt car, an asphalt car on dirt.
Yeah, Ben Rhodes was easily the best car out there. But do you think that they had different setups?
Oh, definitely, totally.
Oh.
I mean, the Ty's truck was straight off the corner, never got sideways, never wiggled, but it was helped up. Everything they did through practice, I mean, they got a considerable amount more practice than they ever had before, and they got to the point where the last half of practice, well, what do you want to try now? Well, let's do a little of this, let's do a little of that, you know. And everything seemed to help the truck, but there again, he drove it like an asphalt track.
Well, whatever he did, he sure looked good, and he sure had a lot of accomplished guys in his rear view mirror for most of the race.
Oh, yeah.
They waited till the last car. There were 2 obvious cautions in there for, what do you call them, segments, and the second segment is where he changed tires. That's an interesting way to have your strategy because it put him pretty far back, but he came right back to the front, didn't he?
Well, the pit stops are controlled. You won't go back out the same way you came in.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Ben Rhodes admitted, though, during his interview that they wanted to pit under that first stage break also, and that was kind of just a screw up on their part where everybody was planning on pitting after that first stage break and then not pitting again. Didn't work out for them. So then Ty was doing the same situation that Ben Rhodes was, so that made them both have to come from the back to the front, which I think made it a more interesting race.
And what happened on that deal is that, you know, Joe asked Ty, what do you want to do? And he said, I don't know, you tell me. And he said, well, you do whatever the car in front of me does, which was Ben Rhodes. And he missed his pit. He missed pit entrance. That was not a planned, I'm going to stay out deal. And Ty followed him. So you had the 2 of them stay out and everybody else pitted on a mistake.
New strategy. You missed pit entrance? We got a new strategy. It didn't kill him, that's for sure. He certainly had a great race. And congratulations to the new dirt guy, Ty Majeski. What a very impressive run. Ben Rhodes was your winner. We'll be back. Hang in there.
It'll be here before you know it. America's National Park of Speed, Road America, has a thrilling, jam-packed race season coming May through September. Vintage racing, IndyCar, NASCAR, and more. Don't wait. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com.
Spring is in the air, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need, with fresh mulch arriving daily, from premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to Enviro mulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800 or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years. PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
Want to win $1,000? Well, we hope you've trained those fingers to spring into action. Every hour from 9 to 5 weekdays. Listen for the keywords, then enter them on our website for your chance to get $1,000 in your hand starting Monday
On the Big 920.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship-winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at wagnerautomotive.com.
And welcome back to LTN. Thanks for spending a little bit of your Easter Sunday morning with us. We got the news. In fact, I just found out right before the show. I didn't even realize it happened. Randy Pemberton passed away this week at the age of 62. We don't know what the circumstances were there. You'll remember Randy Pemberton from television. There's like 4 Pemberton brothers: Roman, Randy, Ryan, and another one, Robin Pemberton, which may be the one that you remember the most. But Randy was a TV guy. What was the show that he did? Inside
Winston Cup Racing.
Inside Winston Cup Racing. A likable chap. I just wondering what took his life at the age of 62. Pretty lousy thing right there. All right, now I got some questions because I am as I've mentioned in the past, I am a student of dirt track racing. I like it a lot more than I ever did, but my goodness, there's a lot to learn. I went to a race 2 years ago, and I sat with Billy Preetzel up in the stands, and he's showing me some guy in the infield is the spotter, and the guy's got a brightly colored jacket and 2 brightly colored sticks in his hand. What the hell? He's a spotter? They don't have radios, or at least not on short track racing. And he's showing me that the guy's signaling how far behind the guy is behind him. Wow, I never knew that. And so since I'm learning, there's something that's very important to me that, Brian, I'm hoping you can explain to me. This week, Kyle Larson came out and said that he thought this was a mistake having windshields in these cars. Now, I know that dirt cars don't have windshields. It seems kind of strange to me that on a track that puts all this crap up in the air and blows straight backwards, that you wouldn't want something protecting you from the cars in front of you. Why do we not want windshields?
Well, the biggest problem with windshields is it's actually twofold. First of all, when the track is wet early in the evening, if you're at a short track, you're going to have the mud. Mud is a very common issue with dirt track racing. So if you, as we saw last year when they tried to run the heat races after some rain, the mud gets caked on the window. So that's the first problem. Secondly, when it dries out, the dirt or the dust likes to cling, and it'll cling to your windshield. If you've ever parked your car with where there's a gravel driveway and you come back after it's been sitting there a while, you'll see all that dust just clinging on it.
Or you live in Arizona.
Yeah, there too. Yeah, same thing. And then it clings on the inside. You saw yesterday during some of the cautions, guys had little Swiffers in there, and they're trying to get the dirt off their windshield, because with the light, it's really bad when the sun was out, which we had last year. Not quite as bad this year with the light, but it'll create a glare on there and it'll distort your view. So most dirt racers, or all dirt racers for that matter, they have tear-offs on their helmets. Depending upon how wet it is or what the track conditions are, it determines how many tear-offs you put on your helmet, and then you just peel them off as you go along. When we raced late models, the heat races, a lot of times we'd use more tear-offs during our 10-lap heat race than we did during a 30-lap feature, because the track was wetter and more damp.
Oh.
Then for the stones and the clump issues, there they have a screen in front of you. So it's kind of like, it depends upon how thick it is. Different drivers have different preferences. It can be as small as like chicken wire, and it can be as wide as just bars across it that protect you from the rocks and the bigger clumps that come through there. Last night's World of Outlaw race, the sprint cars don't have as big clumps in it, and they were interviewing Brad Sweet, who finished third, and he said he got hit in the head with such a clump. He said he kind of got distorted for like 2 laps. Now, can you imagine going 100 some miles in a sprint car and losing your coordination for a while because he got hit in the head with a clump? But that's what happens. But if it's too wet and you have windshields in there, you're going to have the mud, and if it's dry, you're going to have the dust. So that's why normally they don't run those in those cars.
All right, and it's going to make a big difference this year. Last year it was an afternoon race, and this tonight we're going to be racing under the lights. How is that going to make a difference with the dust?
I think it'll be a lot less. I mean, the more sun you have out, and during the day you have more wind, the quicker the dirt dries out. Like we said last night, the consistency of the track stayed very consistent throughout the night, and you didn't have big, huge fluctuations in it, which is what you want for dirt track racing when the track is prepped properly. And last year, I mean, they're going to run 250 laps, so the track will dry out more because you're running 100 more laps, obviously, but you also aren't running all the heat races like we did yesterday. So it should be very consistent versus when you have it during the day, when you have 36 cars rumbling around there with the sun drying it out, and the sun out there, that just makes it dry quicker. So I think it'll be a very consistent track, although I think when it starts, you're going to have sun for a little while today, but it'll still end in the dark.
Yeah, real quickly. All right, so this track looked very, very paved to me. It was very shiny, very slick. How is that different from regular pavement? And especially, and Ed, you might want to weigh in on this, especially with these new cars and new tires.
Well, the slickness is there's a difference between taking rubber and slick. When you run dirt track racing there, as the track slicks off, it just becomes very slippery, almost like ice, which is what creates the best type of racing you have, because dirt tires are a lot softer than an asphalt type car. So the slicker it is, the smoother it is, the better racing you have, because it's more of a car control type steering type thing. Now, when you are watching it and it gets darker and darker and darker, and all of a sudden you see everybody going to the same line, that's when it's taking rubber. And then you have the rubber on the track going to the rubber on the tire, and it creates a grip strip that you'll hear dirt racers call it latching up or streaking up and stuff like that. I don't think we're going to get to that point today, because there's enough cars running in different grooves that they're not going to lock in, but you see it a lot with the late models, and you see it a lot with the sprint cars, where they'll just stick in one groove and sit there. So I think the slicker it is from top to bottom, the better racing you're going to have.
Interesting. And Ed, how are these tires? What's the deal? Everybody's pretty happy with the new 18-inch tire. I guess, I don't know. Apparently Ed's not there.
Yeah, this tire is very much like a late model tire. If you look at it, they showed it. The truck tire and the cup tire are completely different. You have a much wider pattern on these cup tires. There's a bigger contact patch. They look a lot like a sprint car and a late model tire when you've seen a picture of them with the block grooves on them. The only thing they're not doing is siping them, which is putting cuts in it to disperse the heat. A lot of guys thought maybe that would have been something that would have been good to disperse more of the heat so they last a little bit longer. Not sure if NASCAR is looking for that. They probably want some tire degradation, which they might get.
Interesting stuff. If you'd like to participate in this program and help me with my dirt education, 414-421-7901 is the number to call, and we'd love to hear from you on dirt or any other subject in the world of NASCAR. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit BonafideSafe.com.
Miller Sales and Service is the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer for customer service and satisfaction. Serving the area since 1939, Miller's is located on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. As the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer, Miller's has all kinds of Bravo trailers from 8 feet to 48 feet in stock. They also have a selection of B&B utility and dump trailers, reliable and Chilton open aluminum and steel trailers. With over 50 pre-owned low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs, Miller's has just the vehicle you are looking for. Miller's also carries a full line of Alumacraft boats and Manitou pontoon boats, complete with Evinrude outboards. Why not buy from racers who know what racers want and need? With Miller's Sales and Service on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. Call Jerry, Tom, or Brad Miller today at 920-994-4358. That's Miller's Sales and Service, 920-994-4358.
The Milwaukee Admirals return home to UW Milwaukee Panther Arena Wednesday night to host the Texas Stars. Olivier got by a defender. Bottom of the near circle, Olivier to the net. He passed to the far pipe. They scored. Grand mismatch. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30. Face-off is at 7 on the Big 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
And welcome back to LTN on Easter Sunday morning. Hope it's a great day for you and your family. Big news this week, and we've been kind of expecting it, and it's interesting. The $18 million in taxpayer money that's going to refurbish a beautiful little racetrack in the middle of nowhere, North Wilkesboro. They had a plan. We got the races coming in August and October this year. It's a 5/8 mile racetrack that changes 11 feet of elevation from one corner to the other. And let's see, they're going to have an asphalt weekend, which is going to include super late models, pro late models, limited late models, which I don't know what the difference is between pro late models and limited late models, modifieds, late model stocks, street stocks, and what they call Hornets, which I assume is Slinger Bees type of thing. And then their dirt weekend is going to have 410 sprints, dirt late models, 604 and 602 crates, big block modifieds, regular modifieds, and of course the street stocks and Hornets again. Brian, or either one of you can actually tell me about this. They're going to cover they're going to get the old pavement ready to race on, and then they're going to cover it with dirt, and then they're going to scrape the dirt off, scrape the old asphalt off, and pave it. Oh my God, what a cluster.
It probably needs a repaving because it's been sitting there for quite a while dormant. I mean, just to get it ready to go. I don't know the last time they raced it. I think they had a late model race there a couple years ago on a one and done type thing. But I expected them to have some kind of announcement coming back. I didn't really expect them to be racing that soon as in August. I mean, that's pretty quick coming up with that stuff, right, Brian?
And it's going to be an as-is show, and it's not really a week, it's a month. So the entire month of August, they're going to be racing there. The August 12th and 13th is the super lates. August 19th and 20th, the pro lates. August 26th and 27th are the modifieds. And August 30th and 31st are the late models. Now, this whole thing, I watched the press conference yesterday, and XR Promotions, which are the people that put on the Bristol Dirt Nationals a couple weeks ago. They put on the stuff at Las Vegas, the dirt stuff in November, the Duel in the Desert. Those are the guys that are putting it on. Barry Braun is the guy who runs it. And he's kind of in collaborations with the people from SMI because he also promotes the races at Charlotte, at Texas, all those other tracks. And he's the one they kind of put in the point position to put these events on. So obviously you're going to be able to watch them on XR. And he's the one that's going through and doing all this. Is going to be an as-is deal. They haven't really done any work there at all. All they've done is cleaned it up, did a little bit of painting in some spots, knocked down some old buildings. He said, in fact, you're going to still see the Winston billboard on the back stretch. You're going to see the Winston on the wall from back to the old Winston Cup. So it's going to be an it's going to be an as-is thing for both events. So after the asphalt racing is done at the end of August, in the month of September, they're coming in and they're going to peel all the old blacktop off the track. So the blacktop that's on there now is going to come off. They're going to peel off some of the subgrade on there, put enough dirt on it so that you can race dirt cars on it. Then they're going to race the dirt stuff through the entire month of October. Super lates are there 2 separate weekends, October 7th, 8th, and then 29th and 28th and 29th. 604 crates are there, the 18th and the 19th. 410 sprint cars are going to be there along with the big block modifieds. That could be interesting. That's October 21st, 22nd, and then the open wheel modifieds the 14th and the 15th of October. When that's done, that's when they're going to start the renovation of the whole thing. And they talked about how, because this is federal money, as we've talked about before, they don't know exactly when the federal money is going to come through, when they're actually going to start getting checks. So that's going to kind of determine how fast the renovation project is. The question was asked, is it going to be a track that could have the Truck Series, the Cup Series, or the Xfinity Series? They don't think it's much for Cup and Xfinity, but Trucks is something they'd like to maybe see, but they're talking maybe late 23, early 24 before you'd actually be able to do that before they get everything done. The one question that wasn't asked that I would like to find out is that place doesn't have any lights on it. So I don't know how they plan on running all these events. A lot of these events are during the week. So it'd be interesting to see. Are they going to put temporary lights up? Because by October, it's dark by 7 o'clock probably. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go forward with this. If they're going to put up temporary lights, or if they're going to put real lights there all the time, which I would assume they're going to do, or how they're going to do this.
$18 million buys a lot of improvements, Brian.
Correct, but they don't have any of the money yet. So how are you going to run all these races this year? That's the question.
It's a fun place to go watch a race. I mean, I used to go down there when that's I first got in the Cup garage. I went there with the Bickles 45 car, and it was a deal where we remember the race when Ricky Rudd and Dale Earnhardt got into it? Was it like in 1989 at the last lap?
Oh my, yeah.
We were watching that, and we were like, man, we got to go check that place out. And it was 3 years later. I was in college. We got out of we just graduated college. I was watching the Martinsville race that got rained out the week before on a Monday. My buddy John just called me up and said, hey, we should go to Wilkesboro next week. And that's how we did it. We're like, yeah, that was Monday. And by Thursday, we had tickets and everything set. And we were on the road down there and checked it out and had a good time. It's kind of a fun area to hang out in.
That's really a neat story. We were down at a Charlotte race one time and decided to do a road trip up to check the place out. It's a real, of course, short track racing is what it's about. It's, a 5/8. It's 0.625, but it's in the middle of nowhere. I mean, Wilkes County is not exactly your tourist destination. It's going to be, because there's going to probably be a lot of people that are going to come to watch the races there, at least initially. It seats 30,000. I didn't realize that they put that many people in there.
Yeah, they had a big stand in turn like 1 and 2. And the towns around there are kind of, Taylorville's not that far away. Is Harry Gant Steakhouse still around? I mean, that was always a cool place to go hang out. I don't know.
Rhonda. That's right there. Rhonda, North Carolina. What's Rhonda? That's where Junior Johnson is from, and he had his chicken farm there, and which we, since we were in the neighborhood, we stopped by. By the way, what was that guy's name that ran that place? Staley?
Gwyn Staley.
Gwyn Staley. We're just nosing around looking through the fence, and this old guy comes out of his house, which was right there on the property, and it turns out it was Gwyn Staley. Hey, boys, you want to walk around? Come on, let's go walk around. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. Get to see
one of the other questions that came up during the press conference was they rattled off all these types of cars that are going to race there, and obviously they just made this announcement yesterday. So this Barry Braun from XR basically opened it up to all the different series out there. If any of you guys want to be the series to promote this event, or not promote it, but bring your touring series in, say World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, or CRA or the Southern Super Series or whatever for the super lates, let us know and we'll be a part of it. Kind of late in the game, if you think about it. Most of those things have their schedules all set already, but it will be interesting to see if any of the big touring series jump on board with this and want to be a part of this kind of one-off deal.
If you have bills and debt piling up, a personal loan through NetCredit can provide funding up to $10,000 to help you get back on track if eligible. Visit netcredit.com today. All NetCredit loans and lines of credit are offered by a member of the NetCredit family of companies or one of our lending partners. Visit netcredit.com/partners for more information.
So here you are, right now, wanting more. If it's a more fulfilling career you're after, Marquette University's direct entry MSN program in Milwaukee or Pleasant Prairie can help. Designed for non-nursing college graduates, the program makes it possible to earn a master's in nursing in less than 21 months. So if you're ready to serve the greater good as a Marquette nurse, set your education in motion today. Search Marquette Direct Entry MSN to apply.
Johnny Reiser, when he was at Roush Racing, was in charge of the Gong Show, and he had the great idea of having the Gong Show at North Wilkesboro. So he went up and scouted it out, and they went around and they cut down all the trees and suckers that had pushed their way through the asphalt, and got it fairly decent racing condition. And they had the Gong Show there, which I should have maybe found out who the guys were that came through the North Wilkesboro test at that time. But they did race on it.
Eric Garnett might have been one of them at that time.
Todd Cleaver maybe too?
Todd Cleaver, yeah, it's very possible. Noted bar owner and modified driver. We'll be back.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Elkhart Lakes Road America this 4th of July weekend. The NASCAR Quick Trip 250, presented by Jockey Made in America, and the NASCAR Xfinity Series Henry 180 guarantees high-speed thrill and endless family fun. Enjoy the family fun zone, camping on site, and free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult. Don't wait. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com. Road America, your national park of speed.
Win $1,000? Well, we hope you've trained those fingers to spring into action. Every hour from 9 to 5 weekdays. Listen for the keywords and enter them on our website for your chance to get $1,000 in your hand starting Monday
on the Big 920.
As a growing manufacturing company, we needed security solutions. We chose Bonafide because of the services they offer, pricing, and trusted reputation. But it's their outstanding service and support that convinced us we made the right choice with Bonafide.
When businesses need security, they contact Bonafide Security Solutions. From locks and alarms to safes and surveillance, we do it all. We are Bonafide. We protect what you value. For your free security survey, call us today or visit bonafidesafe.com.
Bristol Motor Speedway.
It's time to get down and dirty.
It's the Food City Dirt Race.
Kyle Busch has a problem, guys. He's off the pace, and he's down on the apron of the racetrack.
Daniel Suarez pushes Larson up the hill. Larson gets out of shape right in front of William Byron.
Logano gets a good run to the inside. They touch. They slam doors at the exit of turn 4.
Coverage of the Food City Dirt Race in Bristol, Sunday night at 5 on Milwaukee's Home for NASCAR, the Big 920, and your iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back to LTN. Glad you could join us this Easter Sunday morning. Now that spring is here and it's no longer winter and that we're thinking of local racing, what a more perfect guy to have on the program than the PR director at Road America. John Everett is on the phone with us right now. John, thanks for taking some time. Are you got the sunscreen out ready to go?
Tell you what, we're stocking up on sunscreen. We're stocking up on Budweiser, Busch Light, you name it. We're ready to get everybody out there because it's pretty exciting. 4th of July weekend again. The Quick Trip 250 presented by Jockey Made in America going to be hitting the track, and also the Henry 180. So it's got some incredible Wisconsin brands stepping up for the July 4th weekend there at Road America. Plus, Plymouth Dirt Track is going to be having their race on June 30th. Chase Briscoe signed up for that. We heard Alex Bowman might be on the ticket as well. So that's something cool to check out, especially if you're camping out of Road America. There's going to be a shuttle Thursday evening for all campers to and from the Plymouth Dirt Track.
Wow, that's awesome. And it's close by, too, right?
Yeah, it's only about, a couple miles away, and it's a great partnership that we have because we are going to have free off-site parking there at the Sheboygan County Fairgrounds as well. We encourage everybody, again, for that weekend, June 30th through July 3rd, to get their tickets and camping early. Camping is getting close to selling out, so you guys better jump on that. Definitely get your tickets as well, and we think that we're going to sell out parking on Sunday as well. So everybody needs to get on the phone, print your tickets at home, get online, roadamerica.com, because it's going to be another big, fantastic weekend.
And you know what, John? I tell you, last year with the inaugural race there, I think people saw how much fun it was all around. Not even watching on TV, but even like the drivers and NASCAR people who came in thought, what a great time this is. Everybody camping out and hanging out at Road America. They're going to want to be a part of it this year as well. Can you make this year any better than last year? I mean, it was a pretty good start, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It certainly is shaping up. Drivers are excited. We've talked to a lot of them as they've been going around. Obviously, you've got Bristol this weekend, and a lot of these guys are just itching to get back to Road America. I think Dale Earnhardt Jr. said it the best last year. He said it felt like the 4th of July. People camping out, grilling out, lots of red, white, and blue, lots of sunshine, people having a blast. It's some really great racing watching Chase Elliott get that win. So we're excited for it. Plus, we got a bevy of all kinds of different events going on this season. Starting it off in May with vintage events with SBRA Spring Vintage Weekend. Moto America is going to be there. June Sprints is going to be there. We also got IndyCar with the Sanzio Grand Prix in June. And, you've got IMSA in August. So like 9 or 10 events. We encourage everybody to get to roadamerica.com. Check it all out because the season pass is an incredible deal, especially if you get it soon because the prices will go up.
Let's talk about that IndyCar weekend a little bit. For the last couple of years, it's been the Rev Group Grand Prix. I knew the guy from the Rev Group real well. Got to meet, know him over the years, and so you got a different sponsor on it this year. I guess let the folks know a little bit about this Sonsonai and what they are and how they came about being the title sponsor for IndyCar weekend.
Yeah, Sanzio stepped up to the plate. They're a great company, do a lot for the aftermarket automotive industry. We encourage everybody to go to their website as well, check out all of their products and their offerings. But they're super excited as well to be on the ticket for that event. And they've got a couple great drivers that are representing their brand as well. Scott McLaughlin's doing well with Penske Racing. It's kind of a toss-up as far as who could win at Road America. You've got Will Power in the past, Joseph Newgarden, Iceman, Scott Dixon, and now Scott McLaughlin's faring very well in open wheel with IndyCar. So whatever you're liking, whatever your fare, Road America's got it, from two wheels to open wheel to NASCAR to IMSA sports cars as well. So it's going to be a full action-packed weekend at Road America. Bring the family. 16 and under get in free with a paying adult. So if you're looking for affordable family fun, you can't beat it at Road America all summer long.
And that IndyCar race is going to continue with its traditional start time, too, real early, like 11:45 green flag. So people that are from a distance away that want to come in are going to be able to get out of there and get home on Sunday. That's a neat caveat that we have with that IndyCar weekend, isn't it?
We've done a lot of great deals with our series to get start times that are earlier. NASCAR is also one exception as well. We found out from a lot of fans that we actually cleared out almost 90 minutes after the checkered flag. A lot of people found they could get in, watch the race, and still get home and enjoy the rest of the 4th of July weekend. Plus, campers can actually stay till 11 a.m. around noon the next day, and that's what's great as well. You don't really have to worry about packing everything up after the race is over and driving home. You can stay till the next day, rest, relax, reflect on the great racing. IndyCar is the same way. So you can show up, you can spend a couple hours at the track, you can camp at the track, you can head out if you want, or you can just stay till noon the next day. And that's what's really great about having a little bit of an earlier start time, too, is people can come, really enjoy the race day, head home if they need to, or they can just stay and hang out and have a blast with some of their family and friends.
And, John, there's always improvements going on. And one of the biggest things you're going to notice this year, there's the new Johnsonville Bridge, isn't it, over by the carousel?
Road America is very proud to be investing funds back into the facility. All new Johnsonville Bridge is going to be perpendicular to the track. It's going to have a lot more smooth ingress and egress for RVs and for haulers wanting to get into the carousel for the Briggs & Stratton Motorplex. Plus, people are going to have walking paths on either side, so they don't have to worry about traffic or golf carts or anything like that. We've got a new restroom up by Fireman's Hill as well. So there's great clean restrooms right next to some of your favorite concession stands all over the facility. Plus, we've added some improvements to some of our barriers and the walls people will see on track, make it a lot safer for competitors and for drivers. There's a really cool walking path that goes around the carousel that fans are really going to like, including the walking path that goes down along Turn 11. So there's always something to see. You're not dedicated to a seat at Road America. Get your golf carts early, get your tickets early, print them at home, and come have a great time at the races.
That's absolutely amazing.
And they paved the road from Turn 6 all the way down to the go-kart track, correct? I know that was always interesting.
Yeah,
when you had some storms, it would wash out a little bit, but I hear that's been paved also.
Yeah, nobody has to really worry about dust or debris or having stuff blowing into their campsites or roads washing out. We paved that area as well. Doing a lot of paving, really improving the fan experience. We've listened to a lot of fan comments over the years, and always making sure to put those funds back into the facility, including a full course repave in October of 22. So once we get done with this season, we're going to shut down. We're going to go dark, and we're going to repave the entire race course. It's going to be a major undertaking, but I will say this. We will not be changing the configuration of the track.
Oh, that's fantastic. John, when was the first year that Road America was in business, open for racing?
1955 was the first race, and NASCAR actually was there in 1956. Tim Flock won it in a Mercury with a top speed of about 86 miles an hour in the rain. So 1955, we've been around for about 67 years, and we're going to stay around for another 67 more, especially with this full course repave.
John, it's amazing to me, after all those years, here you've got Indy, you've got NASCAR, you've got all these major sanctioning groups racing there. You have never been more popular than you are in the year 2022. What a testament. Fantastic.
We're having a blast. It's all for the fans. We have the most diverse schedule in North America, plus probably the most affordable form of racing in North America. It's worth the drive. It's worth to come camp. It's called America's National Park of Speed for a reason, because for the cost of a Formula One ticket down in Texas, you can have a full season of racing at Road America.
Where do fans got to go, John, to get all this information and get their tickets, get their camping, get their golf carts, all that stuff? Where do they find all that information?
Absolutely. RoadAmerica.com. Pitch in with your friends. Get a campsite, get a golf cart, get everything you need. Make sure to print all your receipts at home and print your tickets at home so you can just breeze right through the gate. But it's well worth it, especially if you're going to be spending the weekend with us, because there's always something to do, from disc golf to sunset cruising to go-karting, you name it. Let the kids run around. Plus, we have camping on a lot of non-public weekends as well. So if you're just looking for a great place to stay to enjoy time with the family, come check it out. Super simple. RoadAmerica.com.
It's one thing that's very hard to find in Elkhart Lake is an off weekend.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
John
absolutely.
Everett, thanks so much for taking a little time on Easter Sunday to be with us. Looking forward to the season.
Guys, we are too. Thanks, spring. Let's get some warmer temperatures and let's get out there.
Yeah, you got that right. Thanks a lot to John Everett, and we'll be back.
Miller Sales and Service is the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer for customer service and satisfaction. Serving the area since 1939, Miller's is located on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. As the Midwest's #1 Bravo trailer dealer, Miller's has all kinds of Bravo trailers from 8 feet to 48 feet in stock. They also have a selection of B&B utility and dump trailers, reliable and Chilton open aluminum and steel trailers. With over 50 pre-owned low-mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs, Miller's has just the vehicle you are looking for. Miller's also carries a full line of Alumacraft boats and Manitou pontoon boats, complete with Evinrude outboards. Why not buy from racers who know what racers want and need? With Miller's Sales and Service on the corner of Highway 57 and K in Random Lake. Call Jerry, Tom, or Brad Miller today at 920-994-4358. That's Miller's Sales and Service, 920-994-4358.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Elkhart Lake's Road America this 4th of July weekend. The NASCAR Quick Trip 250, presented by Jockey Made in America, and the NASCAR Xfinity Series Henry 180 guarantees high-speed thrill and endless family fun. Enjoy the family fun zone, camping on site, and free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult. Don't wait. Get your tickets today at RoadAmerica.com. Road America, your national park of speed.
Spring is in the air, and PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend has everything you need, with fresh mulch arriving daily, from premium hardwood mulch to hemlock and pine bark to Enviro mulch in red, gold, chocolate brown, and black colors. PMF also has a large variety of decorative stone and granite, as well as field stone, topsoil, and compost. For all your landscaping needs, visit PMF Landscape Supply, 5470 River Road in West Bend. Call 262-338-8800 or visit pmflandscape.com. Friends of racing for many years, PMF Landscape Supply in West Bend.
This week on NASCAR Live, we caught up with Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Crazy to me that you can have Denny Hamlin win Richmond and then he's battling with me at Martinsville, and we had 2 bad races in a row, and it's just crazy. I think if you hit it right with this new car, you're really fast. If you miss it, it's a handful.
There's much more waiting for you each week on NASCAR Live.
Join us Tuesday night at 6 on the Big 920 and your iHeartRadio app.
And now the LTN Hour presents Dirt on the Dirt with Brian Schmidt.
Yes, it was a busy weekend of dirt racing across the country. Not so much in the state of Wisconsin because winter is still holding on tightly, but we did get some racing. Thursday night, Bulls Gap, Tennessee, which is about 45 minutes northwest of Bristol Motor Speedway, the Volunteer Speedway. The Flow Racing Kyle Larson Late Model Challenge, the inaugural event that Kyle put on this year, $20,000 to win for the Super Late Models, and Mike Marlar picked up the win over Jimmy Owens. Scott Bloomquist was third, and Kyle Larson was there. Started on the front row, went backwards. That's not something you see real often, and he ended up
Wasn't Marlar in the truck race?
Yes, he was. Yeah, and I think he finished within the top 15, I believe. So good weekend for Mikey Marlar. Friday night.
That was the most watched race ever on the Flow Network, Kyle Larson.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it was a pretty good event. That's a very high bank facility. If you've never seen Volunteer Speedway, it's very interesting. Those racetracks out in Tennessee are wicked fast. Friday night, both Cedar Lake and Gravity Park were canceled. They were supposed to get started, but as we said, winter is still here. They did get racing in Farmer City, Illinois, the season opener there for the UMP Late Models. Chase Osterhoff picked up his first career Super Late Model win over Kevin Weaver. That's one he'll always remember. In the UMP Mods, it was Trevor Neville. Marshalltown, Iowa, their season opener for the IMCA Modifieds, Dylan Thornton picked up the win in the Modifieds. Then he jumped in a stock car, and he won the feature in that as well. So congratulations to him. Attica, Ohio, the All-Star Circuit of Champions season opener. Tyler Courtney, the defending champion, picked up right where he left off last year, winning the feature there. Bill Baylog had to run the B main. He started 22nd in that feature and drove all the way up to 6th. So Bill Baylog had a good start to his season. Also Friday night in Rural Retreat, Virginia, the Wythe Raceway, the Schaefer Oil Spring Nationals, $10,053 to win Super Late Model feature. Brandon Overton made a last lap pass on Jonathan Davenport to pick up the win. Here we are, middle of April. Jonathan Davenport still does not have a feature win, if you can believe that. As dominating as he always was. Saturday night, the Whipperfirth Memorial for the MSA 360s was supposed to be run at Beaver Dam. That was canceled. They did run Boone, Iowa. The IMCA Modified feature winner was Lucas Lambries, who is from right up here in Clintonville, Wisconsin. Went down there and took home the money from the people in Iowa. That's always a good thing. In the Sport Mods, Taylor Kuhl picked up her second win in a row. So congratulations to her. Chillicothe, Ohio, the Atomic Speedway, the USAC Amsoil non-wing sprint cars were there. Brady Bacon was your winner. Night number 2 in Attica, Ohio for the All-Star Circuit of Champions. Tyler Courtney picked up the feature win again. Bill Baylog finished 7th. Florence, Kentucky, the Spring 50, 10,000 win for the UMP Super Late Models. Josh Rice beat Bobby Pierce. If you get a chance to catch the highlights of that one on Flow, that was an outstanding race. Tazewell, Tennessee, the Schaefer Oil Spring Nationals, $21,000 to win for the Super Late Models. Chris Madden continued his outstanding season, taking home another big check. And finally, Peevely, Missouri, the I-55 Raceway for the World of Outlaw Nosh Energy Drink Sprint Car Series. Carson Macedo was your winner. Scotty Thiel made the event. There were 37 cars there. He finished 18th. The Power Eye Midgets were the undercard there, and Chase McDermott picked up the win there. And that is everything we have for this week.
And in the world of asphalt racing, Wisconsin's racing season got underway last week at Dulles Raceway Park for the paved tracks anyway. It was the icebreaker event, and first-time winner in that event, Jordan DeVoy, was your winner. Actually held off Casey Johnson until Casey blew her up. Jeff Storm finished second. Dan Fredrickson was third. And joining us right now is Jordan DeVoy. Jordan, fantastic race last week. Congratulations, man.
Paycom has something to say about payroll. When it isn't right, a lot can go wrong. And it's the employee who ends up suffering the most. After all, their livelihood depends on an accurate paycheck every time. And when they don't get that, they're placed in a tight financial spot, leading to insufficient funds, overdraft fees, missed payments, and other nightmares. Not to mention a lack of confidence and trust in their employer. With Betty, new from Paycom, employees do their own payroll. That means they gain full visibility into their paychecks and can resolve any issues and approve their checks before payroll is processed instead of after, for greater accuracy and peace of mind. And best of all, they get a perfect paycheck every time. The future of payroll is here. Learn more at paycom.com/Betty. That's paycom.com/BETI.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's an honor to be a caller on your show.
There you go. Hey, what was going through your mind when you had Casey Johnson closing in at the end of that thing?
started to feel pretty helpless. We got a pretty good jump there after the restart. I think him and Storm kind of got stuck side by side, and I could tell Casey didn't have a whole lot on the top, but my brother was kind of counting it down. He's like, all right, clear by 8, clear by 6, clear by 5, and I'm like, all right, I'm already running pretty hard, and he's catching me, so I thought the inevitable was probably going to happen.
If they weren't playing that Jaws music, you would have been okay, but, he was coming. And I guess he had some kind of issue with the engine and went out of the race, so way to go. Now, to me, having you win was pretty cool, especially since you are driving a Pathfinder chassis with low-dollar shocks on the car. It was not a Fury. It was a Wisconsin-built Pathfinder. How about that?
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in that. And Joe and Jason from Pathfinder definitely, they definitely make good stuff. There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing we're missing, but it's an honor. Yeah, this car is I think it was a 2013 that was raced for a lot of races in Wisconsin. It's I was told it was, or from somebody else when I bought it, that it was used up and the life might be gone, and I don't know. I think it just gets faster with age.
Apparently not. And how do you do it with those low-dollar shocks?
Yeah, so we run just double adjustable shocks, which fit into the rule. We're paying $500 per shock for the front and $300 for the rear, and honestly, I love them. They're very easy to tune in, a lot of grip, and they've been tested by some of the best.
Tell me, how much could you spend on a set of those Penske shocks?
$1,200.
Well, I'll tell you what. I have a set of JRIs hanging in the garage right now that are $1,200 per shock, and I can't sell them if I wanted to because nobody wants to buy them.
I'll be darned. Well, I got to tell you, Jordan, that was a pretty impressive run for you last week. You held off some of the best in the business, and you had a great race all the way around. Nice way to start your season off. Congratulations, and hope to see you in that super late at Slinger this year.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a long journey. Obviously, we started around you guys in 2013 at Slinger, so this has been a growing process. And yeah, I think we might hit a few. I'm gonna help out Rob Braun and RJ Braun at Slinger a lot this year, and we'll probably bring the car out and make a starter appearance or two.
Jordan DeVoy, the winner of the opener, the icebreaker at Dells Raceway Park last week. Thanks a lot, man. We're gonna sneak away and take a break. We'll be back.
From racing engines to street engines, long blocks to turnkey packages, or complete custom engines, just ask and Wagner Automotive can fill your needs. All backed by many years of racing experience. These years of experience have provided reliability and performance that customers need to win races. Wagner's has been building championship-winning engines for top teams from NASCAR to short tracks in your backyard. This expertise has carried over to street engines they supply to top custom car builders. The Wagner Company, in the heart of Wisconsin, is outfitted with the state-of-the-art machinery necessary to design, manufacture, build, and test custom engines and their accessory parts. Dyno services are independently available for anyone needed to test their engine. Wagner's Company can also provide you or your company with production CNC machining or welding services. All your questions and requests are handled personally by Casey Wagner. Just give us a call at 920-394-3557 or visit our website at WagnerAutomotive.com.
Want to win $1,000? Well, we hope you've trained those fingers to spring into action. Every hour from 9 to 5 weekdays. Listen for the keywords and enter them on our website for your chance to get $1,000 in your hand starting Monday
on the Big 920.
The NASCAR Cup Series returns to Elkhart Lakes Road America this 4th of July weekend. The NASCAR Quick Trip 250, presented by Jockey Made in America, and the NASCAR Xfinity Series Henry 180 guarantees high-speed thrill and endless family fun. Enjoy the family fun zone, camping on site, and free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult. Don't wait. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com. Road America, your national park of speed.
Join us every Sunday at noon when we replay some of the primest cuts in Packers history.
It doesn't get any bigger than the Super Bowl, and that's how we lead off Packers Prime.
This time he's going to go long upfield. There's wide open. Freeman, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25 down the sideline. He's all the way. A long pass play. No flag. Favre again checking out at the line of scrimmage.
It's Super Bowl 31.
Packers Prime, Sundays at noon on Milwaukee's new home for the Green Bay Packers. 97.3 The Game.
And welcome back to LTN. I should mention Dennis Prunty won in his 602 late model. Dan, he doesn't own that car, does he?
I think that's that Rat's car. I think that's Chris Radicek's car.
Oh, okay. And Chester Ace won in the initial Midwest Truck Series event of the year. By the way, we have some good news for you. Slinger racer Dave McCardle, you remember the guy, number 66. He and his wife, Christina, have been trying for a long time, but they became parents for the first time yesterday. Casey Maxine McCardle was born this week. Congratulations to Dave and Christina McCardle. Fantastic. Nice to have some good news once in a while. All right. Do you realize, guys, that we've already had 7 different winners in the Cup Series this year? Isn't that crazy?
Lots of parity, which is what they were hoping for with this new car.
And I think that's the record to start the season off with 7 different. I think it happened, was it last year or the year before? Really recently, and that's where we're at now. So if we go 8 to start the year off, I think that's the most they've had to start the year.
And it's a definite possibility. You know, think about it. We've had all these different super speedway. We've had intermediate. We've had a flat intermediate. We've had a road course. Now we're on a dirt track. You know, this new car, by the way, I just think they hit a home run with that thing. I think they should change cars every year, make it difficult. And these guys have picked it up and run with it. And new winners, new guys running up front. When was the last time you heard of Justin Haley running up front? He's in a new car, and it's actually happening for him, you know? It's pretty good. Now, that being said, look at who all starts at the front of tonight's dirt race at Bristol. Christopher Bell, dirt track specialist. Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe, Kyle Larson, Ty Dillon. He's raced on the dirt, you guys, hasn't he? Pretty extensively.
Oh, yeah. So is Justin Haley. A lot of people don't remember that, but Justin Haley runs a dirt modified quite a bit, and he's got a dirt background, so I'd throw him in there with the dirt experts among all those guys up front.
And Alex Bowman is up there, and he's been running dirt, right?
Yeah, he's been running a sprint car quite a bit. As John mentioned earlier, he's possibly going to be coming to Plymouth later this year with his sprint car, so that would be kind of cool.
I would say it is. All right. I don't know if everybody's going to agree on the same driver because there sure are some good drivers up front. But Tyler Reddick was fastest in his 10-lap average. He was 4th fastest on his single-lap run. I'm going to pick Tyler Reddick to win his first race tonight. Ed, who are you looking at?
Number 20.
Christopher Bell. All right. Daniel?
Sticking with picking at the front of the field, 14, Chase Briscoe.
To win his second race of the year on 2 different kind of tracks. All right, Brian?
I'm going to go a little bit farther back just because this guy is pretty good, and I think he might have a shot at winning. I'm going with Austin Dillon in the 3 car.
Didn't he win the first truck race at
Yes,
Eldora?
he did.
Yeah.
Yep.
And everybody went, where did he come from?
And because Tyler Reddick is into that deal, RCR's come to life this year. The 3 cars been running up there pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, isn't it? Putting a little carrot in front of Austin like that. One of our drivers is doing good. Okay. I can tell you, Austin. It looks like a different driver. It's the car, right?
Yes.
Isn't it amazing though how one driver can make a difference at a team like that? You get somebody that's a real shoe like Reddick, and he can just lift everything up.
Absolutely. And he is a shoe, and he has put the bar higher over there, and he should. Childress has always been a good team, and it's not just because they had Dale Earnhardt racing there. They've had good cars and other winners in their stuff. So, it's cool.
And we all left the low-hanging fruit just hang out there. Kyle Larson, who's going to start 5th.
I know. Isn't that amazing?
Probably the best.
It's not so amazing not to look at him because I think he's the mule this year for them guys. He's locked himself into the chase, and they've dedicated themselves to helping all the other drivers and developing that car, and they're doing stuff that other guys aren't doing. So look for them to have a big finish at the end of the year with that 5 car.
And this William Byron, by the way, who is the only driver with 2 wins this year, he is so clean. He squeaks. He's sponsored by a Christian university. He has a nice haircut and good grooming habits. This kid is unbelievably clean. He squeaks, and he's, young, and he's winning. I mean, again, imagine how Rick Hendrick knows how to pick him and put this kid in that car, and look at how good he's doing.
And he was a Toyota guy. Remember that? We talked about it several years ago when he was winning all those truck races, and Toyota let him go.
Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Thanks to Jordan DeVoy for being on with us, and we hope everyone's having a nice Easter. Don't forget, it's televised on Fox tonight. It's Channel 6 here in Milwaukee, starting at 6 o'clock. Coverage starts right here on the Big 920 at 5 o'clock this afternoon. For all of us, happy Easter, and always remember, real race cars have doors, even if they do climb in through the windows. Let's Talk NASCAR is produced and directed by Dangerous Dan Margetta. Our in-house engineer, website coordinator, and king of the knobs is Matt Hangover-Losi. For all of us involved with the program, we appreciate taking a little time out of your Sunday morning, and see you next time.
This program has come to you live from multiple locations via Skype. Any and all comments expressed on this show do not necessarily express the opinions of this station, its employees, or advertisers. Your comments are always welcome at mail@ltnradionetwork.com. Find us at facebook.com/LTN Radio Network. And thank you for your support since 1985. Tune in again next Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time for the LTN Hour on the LTN Radio Network.
Oh, hey, kiddo. How was the hill?
Educational.
Oh, learn a new trick?
Yeah, the trick to a happy, fulfilling life, maybe. I learned that mountain air unleashes my inner peace, and rip and pow while the whole crew's all, yoo! Induces spontaneous joy.
Okay, that's nice.
The Icon Pass lets you do you at 50 destinations worldwide from $249 adult. Drop in for next winter now and save at iconpass.com.